You know what's a good clue about how long the problems are? How many problems you're assigned. So if you're just assigned 2 problems, you know you gotta do something on your hands. So, all right, let's get into it. Um, this system of equations is 2 equations, part of 1 problem, and you use the 2 equations to solve for A and B, or for X and Y, or whatever it is. I hope some of you have tried it. Where do we begin? Does it say to make opposites? You know what's helpful is if you have opposites. No, okay, if you could combine like terms like up here you would, or down here you would. Yes. All right, we're going to need opposites for elimination. And right now we don't have opposites. What could we do? Okay. Ooh, so I hear some multiplied by. Okay, so I want either negative 400 here, because negative 400 is opposite of 400. Or I want negative 20 here, because negative 20 is opposite 20. We have a suggestion. Let's multiply the top by negative 4. And then we'll have opposite A. So we're going to multiply everything up here by negative 4. Boop. We could have picked negative 4. We also could have picked negative 2. All based on this statement here. We need opposites. In order to do elimination, you'll remember it here in a moment if you don't yet, you need opposite A's or opposite B's. So you have to think, how could I make opposites? And then it's not like every time I multiply negative 4. Sometimes it's negative 10. Sometimes it's 5. Sometimes it's negative 2. Sometimes it's negative 1. Some people don't even do a negative. They subtract down. But in our class, we're always going to add down. I think maybe 500. 600? Okay. Yeah, you are. Now, this is elimination when you add down. And I think maybe that's what you meant when you said combine like terms. I don't know. So now that we have opposite 400s, we can add down. Negative 400 plus 400 is out. That's eliminated. No, it would be 0. Negative 40 plus 20. Let me just get my calculator. Okay. All right, now can you add down for me? Negative plus that. Negative 14. Thank you. All right, and then you solve it. We'll divide both sides by negative 20. Wow, what an interesting process. Given 2 equations, set up the same. Are you listening? Xavier, did you finish? Okay, then listen. You're not going to want to off-task talk today. The problems are long. It's easy to check out. Stay in it. So given the same format, if you have opposites, when you add down, you can eliminate one to solve for the other. The whole issue is you don't stop when you solve for one. You have to find the other one. We now must find A. So now we can use that 700 and we can plug it in. It's B, right? 700 is B. So we can plug it in here or here to find A. So I'm going to do 100A plus 10 times 700 equals 5,900. It's really nice to have your calculator out and ready to go. And then you solve for A. Yes, you would get the same answer.
What's negative 11? For that right there, that's.
I think the hardest part is like getting started, and then once you have the.
That's 11,000. That's 1,100. Negative 11.
Yes, that's true. You really are. It's like you saw the problem ahead of time or something.
Yeah, like when it's something that I know that I saw in my head, I just.
You didn't even write anything down? I mean, I'm you're ahead of me, man. Is it negative 11, everybody? It's just trusting Desmond. Okay.
Killing it.
All right, I think we're going to page 153. Open them books up to 153. Yeah, I'm going one page before, I think. Tyler. I could be wrong. Let's just take a look together. You seem with it. I mean, you knew the page number. That is with it. What is this? That's a lot of words. Yes. Just turn in a pass. We're not graphing today. We're only mathing. We're just doing stuff like that. No. This is page 153.
Next book I get this, I think I'm gonna just take it home.
Oh, that's where you got that.
Yeah, this is the equation we just did, actually. All right, this says NASA can create a weightless environment by flying a plane in a parabolic path. Have you guys seen the it's right up here, the plane like that. And then when it's right up here, it's anti-gravity. The people float. Have you guys seen that? Yeah, you can. I don't know if they still do it, but like there's like music videos shot on airplanes where the people are floating, the musicians. So they say weightless environment. That means we think about that as anti-gravity. Anyway, it's literally on a parabolic path, and it's right here that the people start to float. The table shows the height of the plane after the flight path. After 20.8 seconds, passengers begin to experience a weightless environment. People used to pay to go up there. I don't know if that's still a thing. But here's your table, and here's the height of the plane. It looks like right around here it turns, right? Right around there. It's not perfectly symmetrical like a lot of the tables we've seen, but it goes up to 32,000 and then it starts going down again. So I can't say for certain this is the vertex because there's not perfect symmetry. Maybe there is. But when you look down here, this is very similar to the problem we just solved. So I took out a little piece of this for Bellwork so we could kind of try to make an understanding of what you were seeing in the book. Right here is what we just solved. So this is ax squared plus bx plus c. Where do you guys think they got 21,000 from in this equation? If it's y equals ax squared plus b. Yes, it's the y-intercept. The y-intercept goes in the C spot. And then from here to here, what happened to the 21,000? I see 21,000 here, and down here it's gone. What changed from here to here, from this step to this step? It says new equation. What did they do? I'm trying to teach you guys to understand your book. Yes, they did. I'm hearing two different people understand this. They subtracted 21,000 from both sides. And here's their new equations. From here, they did a system of equations to solve, and they're not showing a whole lot of work. And then they were able to write a function. And this is the function we just came up with. We found A to be negative 11. And we found B to be 700. Okay. So right here, if you understood this, you can understand this. There's a couple of different setup steps that is different than anything you've seen before. You saw this in Algebra 1. Here, that is what we're doing, but we have to set it up. It's a little more complicated to write it. Here are the steps for writing them. This is how do you write a quadratic function if you're not given a vertex or an intercept. So we did this already with if they gave you a vertex. We did this if they gave you intercepts. Now, I'm sure somebody in here was like, well, what if you're not given a vertex and you're not given intercepts? There is a way. We're doing it today. We're going to use a system. A system of equations. And that's going to help us write it. 7 steps again. I would write this on today's date, September 26th. It'll be a part of the binder check. We had steps on September 22nd and now September 26th. Your test is Thursday. Your test is Thursday. Yeah, I want to write standard form. So step 1, write standard form. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's how we've been ending our problems all week long. Step 2, you're going to write this underneath bell work today. Okay, step 2 is to put in the c value, and that's whatever it is where x equals 0. And we saw that on the parabolic flight path table. It was 21,000. So you put in c. Yes. Tomorrow we're going to have the calculators write it for us. If you don't have a 0, the calculator can do it.
I'm getting my calculator back today.
I mean Monday. Yeah. So Monday is the cheat codes to get a calculator to do all this work we've been doing all week. You know, you always knew the calculator would do it for you, didn't you? And so Monday I'll tell you how. But you got to show work. You got to understand what the calculator's doing. Step 3 is where you write 2 equations. So back in Algebra 1, they gave you the equations. 2 equations to solve, just like bell work. Here in Algebra 2, you have to write the equations yourself and use that process to solve it. So step 3 is to write the equations. From step 4 on, I think you're going to do well. That's where you make the opposites, you add down and solve. Use the answer to find the other missing one. And then we haven't done step 6 yet, where you actually write the equation with A and B. And then if you're asked to use the equation, use the equation. And then no rush. I don't know where you're at, but we're gonna do these steps. There's a information about a rock band. It doesn't say. We can say whatever we want. What rock band do we want to talk about? And we're gonna come up with their like profit revenue equations or something. It's page 154, number 1 is the first problem we're gonna do, and then there's 2 more. So you only have 3 problems to do today. Just like yesterday, there was only 3 problems yesterday as well. Okay, just put it down here.
Do I fill it out?
Yeah, of course. All right, are we ready? There's a lot of chatter, so number 1 on page 154, it's talking about the price of tickets and the profit the rock band makes. When their tickets are $0, their profit is negative 1,000, meaning they're in the hole $1,000. They must have spent $1,000 to rent the venue. Because if they're giving away free tickets, they're $1,000 in debt. When their tickets are $3 each, they all the way went up to 4,100. What's 3,100 divided by 3? It's like 1,000 people about. 1,000. He was just 1 0 off. All right, if they're $6, then the profit's 7,400. If their tickets are $9, their profit is 8,900. If their tickets go for $12, their profit is 8,600. What happened? It went down. Why would they make less money by selling for more? Yeah, less people start buying. If you charge too much, people won't go. If they charge $15 per ticket, their profit's all the way down to 6,500. Profit revenue functions are parabolas, and companies are trying to find that sweet spot for the perfect price and profit. So when you are in business school, like you want to know, like I want to go get my degree in business, you will study quadratics as far as a profit curve goes. So anyway, we got to do these steps with this information. So we're going to write the equations for this. And then they'll know exactly how much to charge for their tickets and how much profit to expect. Step 1, write standard form. Step 2, add in plug in C. Which one is the C value? Negative 1,000. So here we are. AX squared plus BX minus 1,000. Okay, that's it. What's the next step? Write 2 equations with 2 different points. Okay, so we're going to pick 2 points. let's do 3 4100, and that'll be x and y, and let's do 6 7400, and that's also x and y. So I'm picking this point and this point. Really accurate data kind of spreads it out, but we'll just go with these two for now. All right, here I go. So that's x and that's y, and I'm plugging it in here. I'm plugging in this x, and this y. So 0.1 and 0.2. So it would be 4100 equals a times 3 squared plus b times 3 minus 1000. Yeah, you could pick any two. I'm picking the first two. Yeah.
It doesn't change the equation, does it? It doesn't. It's how you get the same answer.
As long as it's not a scatter. As long as it's not a scatter plot.
So it'll be 9A plus 3B. Well, that first though.
No, this is equation number 2 with the second point.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'm writing a system of equations with both points. So I plugged in 0.1 for the first equation, 0.2 for the second equation. And from here, it's math. All right, so from here, we're going to simplify, and then we can fall back on our elimination skills. You've never had to write the equations before from a table. That's where you're showing growth. From here, you actually have the skills to work the problem. It's the setup that you don't know. All right, so this would be 4100 equals 9a plus 3b minus 1000.
36A and 6B minus 1000.
All right, and now we just got to solve this guy. I don't have enough room on this whole whiteboard.
We gotta make the opposites and then add down.
So we have two options here that we could collectively discuss. We could first add 1000 to both sides to make these smaller, or we could make opposites. I vote let's have the thousands over, and so that we only have a 3-part problem instead of a 4-part problem. You guys good with that? That's how the book shows it. A lot of students like to just jump in, but I think we're just gonna, just like the book did, we're gonna add 1000 here and here to simplify these. Add 1000 here and here to simplify them. And then the equations are shorter. There's only 3 parts to them. So now I'm at 5100 equals 9a plus 3b. 8400 equals 36a plus 6b. And I'm going to do the rest on the screen because this is out of control over here. Who's got a question about what I've just did? Adding the 1000. Like, why is there an A and B in there?
No, like why if you do for A, why is it
So I actually plugged in for X. Because we know an X from a table, we don't know A and B. We're trying to find A and B. Good question. All right, so here I go. I'm picking up on the screen. I'm calling on Rocco to make opposites. You want to do opposite A's or opposite B's?
Opposite A's.
All right, how are we going to make it opposite? Okay,
They're
this.
both divide.
Opposite B's, that would be easy,
They're
alright?
both divided by what, 3?
So I could multiply this one by -4, and that would be -36. I could multiply this one by -2, and that would be -6. I could divide this by 2 and make that 3. All of those are correct things to do. I'm gonna multiply the top by -2 because that's what we're gonna most often do. And now we have opposite B's. You said divide by 3? We could have divided the bottom by 4 and it would have worked.
That's what I was trying to say.
No, I don't think bottom by 6 would have
Yeah,
worked.
I was trying to say that.
You saw something. I can tell. I can tell you saw something. No, for most of your problems in this class, multiplying by -2 will work out. Like if you're not sure at all. All right, so now we're gonna add down. Hopefully you got your calculators ready, or maybe your Desmond. Yeah. Okay. It'd be -1800, Desmond.
That was easy.
Wait, our test is on Wednesday?
Thursday. I moved it to Thursday. Wednesday works, but I did Thursday. All right, don't stop.
Plug it back in.
Can you believe that's only half the answer after all that work? I know. You gotta now find B. You can't stop at A. You need A and B. Let's put this guy right there. You.
Well, at least the last part really.
You could. You can plug it in wherever you want. Yeah. You could put it in here. If you want, you could put it in here. You could put it here or here. Usually the smaller one's easier, but Winter? Just fill out a pass, put it on my desk. Just rip it. It won't be perfect. That's okay. That's okay with me. It's okay. Wow, we have A. We have B. We are not done.
Because we also need to find why.
No,
not why.
What were the steps? All right. So we solved. We found the other missing one. The whole mission was to write an equation in standard form. That's what the mission was. So here I go. It's ax squared plus bx, what was C? Minus 1,000. So now I know it's -100 x squared plus 2,000x minus 1,000. So I had to actually plug in the A, the B that I just calculated. And the -1,000 was given. Cool, right? You guys just made a whole equation for this rock band just from a table of values. It's very impressive. What's crazy is now we have to find the maximum profit.
Oh my god, we're not done? We just got the equation.
I know. What we could go to
Works at one.
we could go to Desmos.com. Yeah, they always want you to like use the equation. I mean, shoot. So what is the maximum profit? When you look, it looks like 10. What would it look like on the parabola, the max profit?
You said there would not be graphing.
We are not graphing.
What's that? That's part of the graph.
This is a sketch, a visual sketch. Where's the maximum profit? If this is my equation, is it here? 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 Don't you think this is probably the maximum profit? So you know what we're going to do? We're going to find the vertex.
We're doing one problem.
We just skip over this lesson and not do this stuff.
Oh my gosh, Xavier was right. Why'd you say 10? It looked like right about here. You were right. It's 10. I just did the math. $10 is what this band wants to sell. And their profit's going to be it's going to be just above 8,900. So I found that by thinking, what would the axis of symmetry be? So now I have to plug in 10. You guys all said, when are we going to, how is this used in real life? And this, we actually have students that go to Embry-Riddle and work in aviation design. Like, that's a real thing. Yeah. Oh, we definitely have students going to Embry-Riddle, and that's an aviation school, engineering and aviation. Yeah, I multiplied by 10.
What if you randomly decide to join the military and they want you to fly planes?
Way to go, Megan. You got it fair enough. $9,000. Yeah, all right, you passed. Yeah. All right, so if they charge $10 a ticket, their max profit is $9,000.